Hey, it's Mike with Riding in the Ozarks, and today we're going to talk about part 2 of the safety recall on 65,000 late model Softails related to the shock absorber fastener. So if you didn't see, I did a video on this back at the end of August, and it was when the recall first came out, and I was just letting everybody know what the recall said, what to do, what the recall number was, what models were affected. If you want to see that full video, I'll link to it at the end of this video, but I'm not going to rehash all of that. What you do need to know is if you have a 2018 to 2023 Deluxe, Heritage 114, Heritage Anniversary Edition, Lowrider S, Lowrider ST, or El Diablo, you should probably check and see if your Softail is affected. Those are the models and the years up on the screen now that are in the recall at the time I made the video. I don't know why certain other Softails are not in that. We'll talk about that a little later in the video. But if you have one of those, make sure you check it out, get the recall, get the repair done. Now, I had someone who watches the channel reach out to me. They got the repair done like a week after the video. They sent me before pictures, which I'm showing you here, and here's the after picture. And I reached back out and I said, oh, so it looks like maybe they put a larger bolt in and a washer and a nut on it. And he said, yeah, I think they drilled it out. It's a little larger bolt with a washer and a nut. I said, cool. I didn't think it was a big deal. It was nice to know what the fix was. Thank you for sending me the photos and letting me know. Well, now, as time has gone on, I keep getting comments about this saying that my first video was inaccurate. That it's not a fastener for the shock absorber, it's a fastener for the shock absorber adjuster. I reached out to my source and said, hey, could you send me some more photos showing more where this bolt particularly lies in relation to the shock? So they did. And here are the pictures, and it does look like on his motorcycle that this is a fastener that secures the shock absorber adjuster to the shock absorber assembly. So did I get the first video wrong? Did I misquote something? No. If you go to the NTSA website, and I'm throwing a picture of it up here on the screen, it says it's a fastener for the shock absorber. It does not say it's a fastener for the shock absorber adjuster. Now that's straight off their website. I don't know if we're talking about semantics here, as far as how you label what's part of the shock absorber and what's part of the adjuster. I'm just telling you, this is what it said in the recall. This is what it says on the website. That's what I read. And if it was up to me, I would refer to it as a fastener for the shock absorber adjuster as well. So I think the description on the recall on the website is worded funny or inaccurate, however you want to see it. I don't really care. What's important is this is the fix. Get the fix done. What I'm curious about is if you have a Softail standard or a street bob, what's different on your setup? Is your bolt look like this or not look like this? Is there a reason why those models are left out of the recall? I understand why the Sport Glide, the Fat Boy, the Fat Bob are left out. They have a remote shock absorber adjuster in a different location. It's not under the seat. So it makes sense why those are left out. Don't really understand why we don't have them for maybe the Slim. I don't remember if the Slim was on the externally or not. Somebody out there has a Slim can let me know. I'm sure I could go look it up. I just don't recall. But I know the Softail Standard and the Street Bob do not have them externally. So, what's different about those? I've had people comment and say that if you've upgraded your shock, then they won't do the recall. I've had people say that aftermarket seats are putting pressure on the bolt and causing the problem because the seat pan isn't cut out to make room for the adjuster there, and that's what's causing the problem. I don't know if any of those things are true. I do not have one of these models that I can play with and see for myself. But if you guys have one, I'd love to hear your comments, and everybody else can read them down there as well. Now, I had one person ask me about making this video and following up, and I told them I was going to, and they said, do you think Harley Davidson will get upset about you making a video about the recall? And my answer is no. I mean, they put the information out. All I'm doing is help share the information, the facts. I'm not sensationalizing this to get views. I didn't say they had shoddy workmanship or poor quality control or anything dramatic to try and make more out of this than what it is. It's simply a recall for a bolt that could break. And it's that simple. And Harley Davidson's trying to do the right thing and get this repaired for people that could be affected. So I think that's great. I think that's great they're doing it. I don't know any reason they would be upset, but I haven't contacted Harley Davidson, and if I've got something wrong here, or there's some reason it would bother them, I would hope they would reach out to me. In fact, they've told me I can reach out to them if I have questions. So, I think that's great. I've got a little bit of a relationship with Harley Davidson. I know some people are going to say, yeah, like Harley Davidson's watching your little channel. I've had that comment left before by people, and the fact is they are, and they have been for a while. And it's not just my channel. They watch a lot of channels. I've heard content creators say that Harley Davidson watches you and they know what you're doing, but they won't mess with you, they won't talk to you. Well, I think that just depends on who you are. They've reached out to me. I know they worked with Adam Sandoval for the Great American Convoy. They worked with Shade Tree Surgeon. He got to ride the Pan America. We've had 2 content creators in the CVO launch video. There's plenty of other examples I could give you where Harley Davidson has worked with the content creator. And I am sure after meeting a few of the guys at Sturgis that they are watching these videos, they're reading the comments, they are listening. That doesn't mean they can react on every idea or everything you have to say, but you do have the opportunity to voice your opinion. And so I would say things that are constructive, that they can work with, not simply bring back the pan head, because that's not really going to happen. The EPA is not going to let that happen, and that's just not probable, no matter how much we all love the pan head look. All right, guys, well, there's an update on the safety recall. That's what's going on as far as I can tell. If you've got other comments or you know something else, please leave me some feedback down below. As always, y'all stay safe, keep on riding, and we'll see you in the next one.